Okay, let's go over some cool eBay finds at secondhand stores. And I will definitely advise you to uh, only buy a few things at a time, especially this one store I go to, which the receipts make no sense most of the time. And this is the easiest way to check what you're buying. So I went to Socks, thrift store, the Cat House. It's a place that that's in Fort Walton that everything they sell benefits the shelter, the no-kill shelter for cats. And so anyway, I've had problems with some of the receipts there, and other people have complained too. And so I found the better way to do is only buy a few things at a time. Get a receipt, so you cash that part out, go to the next thing, so you can kind of watch what they're charging you for stuff. Um, so uh, anyway, I got these rhinestones. We can always use rhinestones. Okay. So, and there's a couple stick-on ones. I don't use a lot of stick-on stuff. But, got this bag of rhinestones, which is 50 cents. So, and they look in real good shape. They're not scratched on the bottom or anything. Hey, thank you for the thumbs up. Is that Inspirational Nomad? And so I got those for 50 cents. Let's see. I think she just totaled everything out on this one, which I don't like that. I like them to ring it up separate. Okay, and then I got these pins. This is the Red Hat Club, if you've ever heard of that. And it's a real popular club. Well, hello, how are you? And this is one of their pins. Hat pins do real well on the internet. And then this is just a pin, which you could use as a hat pin too, of like a angel. Was it angel with a baseball or something? Or an award with baseball? Interesting, huh? And then this is a little heart hat pin. Or they can be used as tie clips. You want this one with the baseball on it? It's real pretty, isn't it? And then this one is a seashell. It's real heavy, too. I don't know what this is made out of. If it's gold, it'd be amazing. But this is really heavy. I don't know. It could be gold. I don't see a stamp. Might be handmade. And then I got this really nice little angel one. A little angel thing. So you use a tie clip or a hat pin. Let's move this over here. And this is really kind of neat. This is, I kind of thought it was broken at first, but maybe not. This is a pin, but it's an instrument. So, she said the pins were like $0.25 each. Which, this doesn't make any sense. Because it says one at $3.50, so she totaled it out wrong. This is 50 cents. That's one. So it should be $2, see? And she rang it out as $3.50. So you got to be careful with these people. I don't like when they do that. I've had big orders where they charge me all kinds of stuff at this particular store, and None of it matches. And so you need those receipts for resale. Plus, you need to know what you paid for stuff so that you can list it on the internet. But this is really pretty, though. And that's really big. It's got a baseball glove, a baseball bat, a hat. It kind of looks like an angel from afar, but maybe it's an award of some sort. So, and also that same day at that store, the very same store, they had a big air machine that was like brand new. Oh yeah, that store does that all the time. So that time I only wanted to buy a few things at a time, but they still get you. Um, the little baseball one is gold tone. All of them are gold tone except for that heart thing is silver tone. And I was carrying around this air machine. I looked it up and everything on the internet, and the retail on it was like $60, and it was new. And I said, well, I've looked at it because I was going to get it for me first because I love air machines. They're really good for the pandemic too. And so I was going to get this machine, and as soon as I walked, up to the store, on the front of the door it says all electronics half off, and I'm like, damn. So I went to go look at the electronics first, and then I was carrying that big thing all around the store, until I got ready to check out. Any kind of air machines, whether they're ionizers or filters or anything like that, they're really good purchases in used stores. I've got 2 or 3 ionic breeze or whatever they are machines, and I usually buy them for $10, $11 in secondhand store. And then I know how to clean them up, and I did some vlogs on cleaning them too. And they're really expensive, even if you go to Walmart. Oh my gosh, they're so expensive. But you can get some good deals on them. And but then I got these, and these go for like $25 each on the internet. I got 3 of these, which I thought would be good for my office. I could put one on the window. Okay, so we got 3 at $1.50. Okay, so it was $4.50 plus 32 tax. And so these I can retail them out, or I can keep one and sell the other 2 and make $40. Yep. It depends on what kind of machine it is. Some of them don't have filters, or they're washable filters. So, or they have washable, like the ionizers, they're just a metal thing, and all you do is wash it. And you just make sure you let it dry for a day, and then you lay it down on the floor, and you put the thing back in and stand it up, and then start it back up. If you don't clean them, they hiss. They sound like, they just hiss. They sound like boiling water or something. And until you clean them. And then, at that same store, I had a boyfriend who used to collect all this stuff. And, oh yeah? Yeah, you better check it, because it could be a good retail item on the internet. New or used. $2 for kitchen copper stuff. People donate them because they're expensive. Not at all. Mine don't cost anything to maintain. All I have to do is wash them. I got them in my office. Are you kidding? Because I'm a central air unit, so I get everything from all the other offices. So if there's a lot of people in and out of offices, we don't know who's exposed and who's not, and all that kind of stuff. And my ionizers clean all that crap out of the air. And I don't have to buy anything for them. Not at all. Now, the old-timey ones from like back in the 70s, Some of those you can't even buy filters for them anymore. Some of them have washable filters and stuff like that. But it just depends what kind of machine you have. And of course, you look up, the filter prices and all that stuff. But if it's resale, you don't give a damn. And this one was new, so it had like 3 filters with it that weren't even used, and it was a good sized machine too. But it was sparkling new. And then I got this. That was $2. I had a boyfriend named Ronald, and he used to have all this kitchen copper. And then I got into the thing of having kitchen copper, and you hang it all up, and then you actually use it. I use mine, but I got this. This reminded me of one of my daughters that I took to a ballet show, and we got the ballerina to sign her shoes and give them to her as a gift. I got this for 50 cents. And I don't know, maybe it's Ice Princess from Disney. I don't know what this is. It could be. I'll have to scan it and see. I've got a QR scanner. But this is just really pretty. I just kind of liked it to even put it in my office. Maybe I'll see if it's worth something. I would sell it. If it's like a $45 item, I'm going to sell it. And then I gotta unwrap this thing. My mom used to have the whole original collection of the Coke glasses. And we used to have homemade shake and pastrami sandwich homemade. And I got this glass for $1. And I've had so many sets of these. Had a set in those storages that were all stolen a while back in Bama. And selling what? All this stuff? That's the title of the vlog. Items I found for eBay. So we got 50 cents, $2, and $1. So it was 50 cents on the ballerina and 2 on the kitchen copper, which it doesn't have any scratches on it at all. Kind of like the Ken and Barbie ones. Oh, really? And then $1 on the glass. I had the Elvis telephone that I won in a penny arcade. I think it was down here, and years ago. And my brother offered me $500 for it when he came from California to visit. Unopened box. Whoa. And I've used it for years, and it was stolen in those other storages. It's so sad. Not like I really like Elvis. It's just, it was a really iconic piece. People really liked it when they come to my house. They thought it was really wild, and I just laughed. That storages in my town had it. Oh, wow. And so those are some items. But I was really sad about that air machine because when I went up to the counter to buy it, that girl said, "Oh no, that's not half off." And I said, "Do what?" I mean, the sign on the front door says all electronics half off. That's electronic. And she said, "Well, it's only certain items." And after I'd been carrying that big moose all around the store, it was the size of a big giant stew pot. And so I was very unhappy about that. So because the retail price on it was like 20, so it just wasn't worth it to me. Um, I was gonna get it for resale, and if I'd have got it for the $10, it'd have been well worth listing it for $55, $60 and shipping it, and all that. But I just, you know, I have a big problem with people that don't carry on with their word. I have this saying: if you're not a man of your word, you're no man at all. So I have a real problem with that. So if you write something, advertise something, price tag something that's incorrect, that's misrepresentation by law. And they're supposed to sell it to you for what it's shown. But it's like there's this app called BrickSeek. And I was watching a friend of mine up in Bama that was using it. I hope he's not using it all the time because it's bogus. I downloaded it, and he did a vlog about going to Walmart for some item that was dirt cheap. And it said that it had 20 of them in stock. Well, I also have the Walmart app. And I looked up something that showed up local because you enter your zip code and it shows all the local sales and stuff. And so it had some PS4 games that were like $4 each. And I went, I can't hardly believe that. And so, I had a couple hundred on me, and I said this would be a good rollover item because they're new in the package. So, because I'm always checking out electronics anyway. And uh, so I looked it up on the Walmart app, and it's not showing it on sale. Okay, but on Brickseek, it's showing it $4 at the local Walmart, and so many that they've got there. Well, I ran on down to that Walmart because if I could catch them for that, but I really doubted it because the Walmart app's not reflecting it. Why would it reflect it otherwise? And a lot of times the Walmart app will show it on sale, and you have to go to a manager to have them change it because it's advertised on their website as on sale, and they have to sell it to you for what it lists on the Walmart site. So for that store, and so anyway, I ran on down there and parked an auto and ran back through the back end of the store to electronics. Went over there to find that game, and they had like four of them in stock where it said it had 20. Oh yeah, and some of them were like really really high. And went over there and I scanned it and it was coming up the same price as it was on the Walmart app. It was not $4 like on this app called Brickseek. So I don't know. I, After one time, I just am thinking it is bogus. Because that's the best thing about having the Walmart app and that is you could go back and forth to see what it's really reading. Now you can go on the Walmart app and find stuff that's under $1 and under $5 and just roll through it and see what's there. The problem is trying to find it in the store. Even if it's in, if you just search for your local store, the trick is finding it because a lot of that stuff, they'll take it to the back room. And once it gets so low on the main floor, they'll take it to the back room. I know a lot of people that work at Walmart, and they've told me. It's an app called Brickseek. It's not a site, it's an app. And it's free to download on the Play Store. You can add to it to get better stuff on there, but you, everybody I've talked to says that it's not worth investing to buy it. Just use the free end of it. But it doesn't work. I just didn't find it to work because it didn't match the Walmart app and it didn't match when I went down there. So, really, I think the best bet is just use your Walmart app if you're going to do some Walmart stuff. Walmart does have a lot of closeouts. You have to remember, my dad, years ago, I told him, when I had left California and moved to Oklahoma, I told him, I said, it's a weird place. There's not much here. And I said, like, they don't have, like, Kmart, Monkey Wards, Zodi's, any of that stuff. I said, they have something here called Walmart. He says, Walmart. I said, yeah, I don't know. And he said, really? And I said, yeah, but it's not as Kmarty, where Kmart was always a lot of plastic stuff. And so, yeah, and everything's a different price at every Walmart. If you look it up on the app, it'll tell you. And you can get one item for cheaper at another store. And I mean, it's just varies. I think a lot of it's what the employees market is. But I've gone in and bought batteries for $5. Um, big high end batteries for plugging into a cell phone and stuff for $5 that were supposed to be 40. Finger Hut, yeah, that was a big thing years ago, but they charge you like 4 times the price for anything you want to buy. I used to do that years ago, but I mean, I haven't done it in many, many, many years. It takes too long to get it, and they charge you 4 times the price, especially if you buy a computer or something. But anyway, so I was telling my dad about all the stuff. Like they had this big thing with Cabbage Patch dolls one year for Christmas, and people were killing each other in the malls over them and beating each other up and stuff in California. And they had Cabbage Patch dolls at Walmart. An item called Teddy Ruxpin, which I thought would be so fun for my daughter to have, but they were like $65 in California. And you couldn't get those either. Everybody's beating everybody up and killing each other in the malls for those. Well, Walmart got those in and they were only like 30 bucks. And I said, man, I have got to get that for my kid, which I ended up doing. What a great toy for a baby. It was wonderful when she's in her crib, and I put it up on the shelf so she could see it. And he would like tell her stories or sing and stuff. You just put this cassette tape in, and it would do its thing. And it was animated and stuff like something out of Disneyland. And it was just wonderful for, entertaining your child or putting them to sleep. So anyway, it was pretty incredible because the guy that owned the place, Sam Walton, who's now deceased, um, yeah, it's a really neat toy. They probably don't make it anymore. And he his big thing is he buys stuff in bulk. So he cuts a deal with them, like for the Teddy Ruxpin, or Cabbage Patch. He would go in and cut a deal on thousands and thousands. Oh, Black Friday's a scam. You need to go the next day. The better deals are the day after Black Friday. Walmart people told me about that too. They have a much better sale the next day after the Black Friday. So he'll go in there, make them a deal, saying, look, I'll buy, thousands of them if you'll give me, this price. And then he buys them all. It's like buying the market out. And then, he puts them in the storage and then starts dispensing them out to all the different stores and stuff. And he gives a really, really good price. So he buys in bulk at a much lower price to give the consumer a lower price. So that was the deal. And at that time, he had the market. He had so many of them. People were fighting and killing each other over these things in the malls back in California. And across the states, they were all over in the Walmarts. You just had to be there quick to get one, and if you were smart, you bought two. But so that's what Sam Walton does. So he buys bulk stuff. And so when they start marking it down, the whole idea of having product is not to keep it around. Sell it. Keep marking it down till it's gone because it's your money just sitting idle. So if you don't run it out, it's just taking up room, taking up space, and your money's just laying there collecting dust. So that's what they do. Sam Walton's deceased for several years, and that family has already sold Walmart out. So it's other people that have it now, and they're doing different things. And he only did USA made. Everything was made in the USA. When you went in that store, they had red, white, and blue flags on top of every rack and every shelf that said made in the USA, made in the USA. Because he was a firm believer of supporting the United States and a firm believer that United States products were made better than the stuff from China and Japan and all that, because they fall apart all the time. It's too hard to return them and all kind of junk. So that's what it used to be. It's not like that anymore. But anyway, so let's see. I think I saw Jordan in a line video he had done in Walmart. He was a really nice man. Really, really nice man. A girlfriend of mine that I used to work with in Vegas, I ran into her up at, I think it was Bentonville. I think it was Bentonville. And he was just an old farmer. And she said that we were talking. She was working in the deli thing where they had the seafood, and I was looking for something for lunch, and it was really funny because she recognized me and we were like talking for like an hour. And you could get seafood there, and they would steam it for free, so it's cooked. And then they had a patio table out front of the store where customers and employees could eat. And you could just go have a nice lunch in the sunshine, and for pennies on the dollar instead of going to a restaurant. And so we were talking, and I said, you ever met Sam Walton? And she says, oh, yeah. She said, he's a very nice man. And I said, really? She says, yeah, he used to come in every day. And I said, really? And she's like, yeah. She says, he always walks through the store. He wears Farmer John jeans, and he walked through the store, and he'll walk up to employees and say hi, and they always had the name badge back then and stuff. And he'd say, "Are you having a nice day today?" And they'd say yes. And most of them didn't even know who he was. Just some old dude walking around the store, okay? It was real sweet. And so that's what he did. He just went around saying hello to everybody and watching the store work and just looked like some old farmer in Farmer John coveralls. And she saw him a couple times leaving the store, and he drove an old pickup truck, just an old pickup truck. And I said, "You're kidding me." And she said, "Nope, just plain dude, old pickup truck. He's real sweet, you know." She said one day that another employee came running up to her, or somebody came up to her and said, "Oh my God, that was Sam Walton." And she said, "Where?" And they said, "Oh, that older gentleman that you were talking to." And she said, "He comes in here like every day. He says hello. He's very nice." And they said, "No, that's Sam Walton." And she's like, "Really?" And so it was really funny, and she still never acknowledged that he was who he was. He still continued to come in, and she was very nice to him when he would come by and say hello. And that's it. He was just a plain kind of guy. But the family ruined it, and the new people are good at ruining it that have bought most all of Walmart out. So it'll never be the same. They used to treat their employees really, really good. And oh my gosh. Yeah, he was just a really great guy, but he owned it. It was his. And he wanted to go into car lot, selling cars cheaper than anybody else. Pharmaceuticals, lumberyard. Those were his last dreams before he passed away. He did open one car lot at the original store. I guess it was Bentonville, and I saw the car lot many times. And it only lasted for a short while, and then he was going to do lumber, and I don't know that they ever did that. They might have done that after he left, but he had some problem with the pharmaceutical thing. They were trying to sue him because it was too competitive for the other pharmaceutical companies to operate because he was doing it so cheap. And it was kind of a messy deal. But that's what he did. He just bought tons of stuff in bulk, got a good deal on it, and spread the good deal to the consumer and beat everybody else on the market because he would store it all. And today they store a lot of it in trailers from tractor trailers on the Walmart lots. And that's what they do a lot now. And they're thanking God for some of that because we're having too much trouble getting truckers right now. They don't want to drive and fuel's too high. So, a lot of these stores are operating on those trailers sitting out back. I know, like Fort Walton, it took like all of the auto department parking back there. So I think there's like 10 or 12 trailers back there of stuff. But, Walmart sells really quickly. I mean, it's not stocked like it used to be. It's been having problems for about probably the last 6 months. It's very hard for them to keep the stores stocked at Destin and Fort Walton, and out at Valparaiso area, and a lot of the other ones, I'm sure too. But but yeah, that was the whole game with Sam Walton was by quantity or buy the market out, and then they had to come to him to get it. But like I say, if you keep it around, you're losing money. So you got to keep discounting it, and discounting it, and discounting it until it's gone. And then, I had some employees this month tell me that a lot of times when they put stuff on an end cap on sale, they'll only leave it there for a little bit and they don't even want to mark it down to the El Cheapo stuff. They'll pull it off the floor and put it in the back. And I'm not sure why they're doing that. I don't know if they're using it for donation or auction or what they're doing with that. But I mean, a lot of stores years ago used to hold stuff like Christmas stuff. They'd pack it up and ship it back to warehouse and all, and they don't want to do it anymore. They just sell it out dirt cheap so they don't have to store it, or they'll burn it. Walgreens was famous for that. They would burn everything. And so if they had items that didn't sell for Christmas, they weren't shipping them back anywhere. They just put them in the incinerator. And that's really wasteful when you can't donate it. They could have donated that, to someplace, a secondhand store to sell it. I mean, Christmas stuff sells all year round. I'm not kidding. You would be surprised the Christmas stuff selling right now on the internet. People will buy it. But like I've always said, Christmas is all year round. So that's just life. But um no. Employees, they get really good deals. They can buy anything they want in that store. They have a little credit card and they get like half off of everything, no matter what the price is. And then when they quit working for Walmart after they've worked so many years or their retirement, they get a Walmart card for life where they go in there and they get a special price on everything. So if you know anybody who works at Walmart, ask them and they'll tell you. The Walmart employees get really good deals on everything in the whole store. So if the brand new cell phone comes out for $1,000, they're getting it for $500. That's just the way it is. So, yeah. I've known people that got Walmart people to buy them things on their discount. Yeah. So, my friend, his Walmart, he made a video that had old food on the shelves and saw a bag of tater tots somewhere out of the bag of shelf. Yeah, because the freaking homeless people go in there, open the bag up, start eating it. Or people's kids are eating food. And then they don't pay for it. And they let them go out of the store, but they got them on video, and that's how they get them. They're not supposed to say anything to them while they're in the store. Have you ever noticed that most Walmarts don't have security anymore? Now, Fort Walton has security guards. I don't know what they do. Because you see homeless people, same homeless people that are fake beggars on the street, in there eating hot chickens and all kinds of stuff. I've seen parents feeding their kids food, like stuffed with no tag on it, like bananas. They just turn and hand their kid a banana, and that has to be weighed on a scale to pay for it. You can't just weigh the banana peel. That's stealing. But they get you on video and they come back to get you later. I got a friend of mine that worked for Walmart 25 years who told me all about that after being a manager. She said it was one of the worst jobs she ever had. She would get tired of one store and get transferred to another one, and she hated it. Absolutely hated it. And so that I found that intriguing. But I've known a lot of long timers that work for Walmart, just regular employees that weren't in management, that I've known that bought Walmart stock for years and owned huge amounts of the Walmart stock. It had worked for 20, 30 years for Walmart, and it changed a lot. They used to pay for the employee to take, if they worked on their birthday, they paid them for their birthday holiday pay. And then they would send a limo and red roses and take you out, around the town and stuff. When Walton was alive, all this stuff was being done. But they don't do any of that anymore, And I think Walmart's stupid for closing on holidays. There's a lot of people that have no family, and all they want to do is work. And I think it should be left open all the time. Have you ever cooked a Thanksgiving dinner or a Christmas dinner, and all of a sudden you go, "Damn, I don't have enough butter"? Have you ever tried to go out and try to find butter? And nobody is open? Guess who now will open on days like that, like after noontime or something like that? Dollar General. You would be surprised. And some of the gas stations that are stocking up on food and stuff, because they know that the market is really good on the holiday because everybody else is closed, especially Walmart. It's like snatch and grab, take that money. You know what I mean? So yeah, Walton was brilliant, man. And it's a shame that, the family ruined the company and the new people have about ruined it. They've tried opening miniature Walmart stores and miniature Walmart stores with gas stations. They did a bunch of those across the USA and then closed a bunch of them. And I don't even know if any of those exist anymore, but they were really neat. The miniature versions of the Walmart. You know, like they wouldn't have clothes in them, and they would have a little bit of appliances and some food, you know, and some pharmaceutical stuff and gas. And those were super neat to go in because you could get in and out, boom. And it didn't take a lot of employees to run it. The parking was always terrific. They could be put in small areas, and that's they were really nice. But they abandoned that idea like 10 years ago. They decided that was a bogus thing. So the bad thing about Walmart is they have a tendency. I've known people that did Walmart deals that owned land. And what they do is they come in and they find a bunch of land, contact the owner, which is usually a farmer, and they say, hey, we want to put a Walmart here. We want a 30-year lease, you know. And you know, the farmer will say, geez, that sounds great. Let's do it. And they come in, they do all their own stuff. They set all their own concrete, they put the building in, they put all this stuff on, the lighting, everything, build a big thing there. And then sometimes I'll add a gas station to the front end. And then what they do is, you know, they'll pay for the end of the lease, or they'll just bail out at the end of the lease and not renew. And then what they'll do is the landowner can't afford to keep the property because of the upgrades. So the taxes are so high, they can't afford to keep it and end up losing it. And so that's another weird, scandalous thing about the Walmarts. Um, you know, instead of them actually buying the land and doing that weird lease thing and then doing the huge upgrades to keep the property. So that's kind of messy too. I personally know, I guess it's 3 or 4 people in my whole lifetime that did Walmart deals with bare raw land. And it just ate them alive, you know, and they were not real well to do people. They were just the average Joe, you know, who had a lot of property that, you know, had been inherited, and it just kind of sat there. They weren't farming it anymore because the farm industry kind of went under in the 90s, and they didn't have as many free tax deductions for not plowing ground up and all that kind of stuff. And you'd be surprised all the stuff they used to have for farmers. The government would pay them not to plant on land. It's just amazing. The audio glitched out for a second. It might be my internet. My internet is sucky sometimes. I have to restart that thing about 2 times a month because it'll just go dead. But I also haven't paid my bill yet. So today would be the shut off day. So it would be like tomorrow or the next day or something. But if I go down and pay it, I won't have that problem. But I was looking at it yesterday, and I thought, geez, I don't think I paid my internet thing, so I better look at when it's due. And I went and looked at my list, and it's due by the 20th. So normally I pay it about the 10th or the 12th, but I didn't this month. But yeah, I might have. But yeah, so I've got to do a vlog about charming Etsy, and you guys will get a kick out of that. Jackhammer, you were studying it, or it could have been uploading. I've seen that too. But also it might not even be on the Wi-Fi. Maybe it jumped off the Wi-Fi. Am I on the Wi-Fi? Let's see. Nope, I'm on the Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's that internet. It's kind of weird. So, anyway, so that's what it's all about. And I'll come back and do another vlog in a little bit. I'm listing some items on the internet for sale. And I wanted to get those vlogged so that those could be released and I can list some of those. And is the drama okay with them? Who? Oh, T-Mobile. I still have to go through all those letters they sent me and everything else. And they kept shutting me off like for several months. Every month they would shut me off 2 or 3 times a month, literally shut it down. And it was stupid because I'd already paid in advance. It's the most goofball company I have ever seen in my life. And it was so much better when it first started years ago. I was a very avid T-Mobile customer. I've bought many T-Mobile phones that I had people buy right off me because they fell in love with my phone, and I just got and buy another one. And I loved their service, especially when I was in Memphis, because in the city it just is absolutely tremendously good. But when I travel, it was sorry. I couldn't use it like outside of Little Rock, Arkansas, and different places in Louisiana. Well, yeah, I mean, T-Mobile, I mean, it's a good deal for their internet. It's one of the top deals uh, around, where you have to pay a bunch of deposits and all kinds of other crap. But they did me dirty when I went to get it. They did me really dirty, and especially when I had to deal with 3 different stores, and then it took forever to get a hold of any supervisors. That's a really weird thing about T-Mobile. They're a very disorganized company. You should be able to call someone that's the next step over their head. Hotspot online with them and haven't had too many problems with them. Yeah, well, I was really excited to get that free hotspot thing that I could use in the car when traveling. Um, but it wasn't free, so I never tried it, so I couldn't tell you my experience with it. Um, I didn't want to take it out of the box because I didn't want to get in trouble because I was going to return it, and it's supposed to be just like I got it, even though that dude opened the box up. But it took them forever to. I don't even know if they actually credited it back because the district supervisor, the girl I was dealing with, they never found it on the return going to Texas, and it was sent through UPS with a track number, and they just never had it on my account. As they found the return, they ended up crediting me for it, but they never showed that they had it at the warehouse. Now maybe it's shown up since, but it's messy. T-Mobile just messy, but and the internet, it's okay. I mean, it's better than dial-up. It's not the best. I've had my neighbor who used to sell me his internet for like 20 a month. That was some good internet, but I was very restricted on using it. I didn't want to use his internet up, and then I didn't know that they had all this unlimited stuff now. So, I probably could have just watched away on YouTube or whatever. I was just using it for business, for work, listing stuff online and stuff like that, and doing YouTube vlogs and uploading them, at the house when I had my house. But so it was a godsend for that because I could upload like 30 vlogs, whew, all at once, and they would go fairly fast, using his Wi-Fi. So that was pretty handy. But then my daughter apparently was on the internet quite a bit doing her singing vlogs on, I guess, TikTok, which I didn't know about. And uh, she's done hundreds of vlogs, which they all are from within the house that we had. I could tell by the videos, and so she used a ton of it. 100 GB plan for 50 on the hotspot. Wow, that was a pretty good deal. They didn't offer me anything like that, but I mean, it'd be good, if I was traveling a lot, it'd be ideal, but I'm not because you can't um get a lot of free Wi-Fi on the road that's worth the crap. Even the Walmart Wi-Fi is crappy. Um, it doesn't always work. A lot of times it's super slow. A lot of times it's no good till after they close. And then you have to be careful if you're hanging out at Walmart after they're closed, you know. You don't want to get in trouble for using their stuff for free. So shop there before they close so you have a receipt in case anybody asks you. But it's hard to get, good free Wi-Fi. I mean, I did go to a couple places, like a donut place a couple times, and then a restaurant a couple times, where I would go in and order a drink or, a lunch and say, can I, use your internet from my car out here? because I've made a purchase. And they're like, sure. And they're real nice about it. You know, if you ask them. And you could sit there all day long and go back in and buy more drinks and more food, whatever. And do whatever it is you got to do. Because I used to list a ton of stuff way back on Amazon and eBay. I didn't have internet at that shop. Yeah, well, free Wi-Fi is tough, man. You don't know who's like jumping onto your computer and stuff too, probably. You know. But yeah, so anyway. Well, I hope you guys have a great day. And I've been on here about an hour. And I'll get back to you. We'll try and do another vlog today. And we should probably do that one with T-Mobile and get that over with. Because that's some scammy stuff. There's still people looking at those vlogs, and I don't blame them. They should. Because, you know, people should know what they're walking into. Because I sure didn't. I was very surprised with an unprofessional, crappy company. And those people still treat me like crap in that store. I go up there to pay my bill, and they're really nasty when I go in there. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great one, and do something kind for a stranger, and I'll see you in the next one. I love you.